For 4 years, the most famous throne in the Marvel Cinematic Universe sat empty, leaving fans wondering if a true successor would reclaim T'Challa's crown. In August 2020, the death of Chadwick Boseman shocked the industry, forcing a total reconsideration of how the Black Panther story could possibly continue without its lead. The 2022 film, Wakanda Forever, addressed this loss directly. We watched Letitia Wright's Shuri reluctantly take up the mantle, serving as a transitional protector for a nation in mourning. However, the film's final moments introduced a new variable. Lupita Nyong'o's Nakia reveals a young boy named Toussaint, living away from the pressures of the royal court. When Toussaint reveals his Wakandan name is actually T'Challa, it created a massive narrative question. What would happen to the bloodline once the boy grew up? Between 2022 and 2026, speculation dominated the fandom. Would Shuri remain permanent, or would a new T'Challa rise? This uncertainty placed immense pressure on the studio to find a path forward that honored Boseman's legacy while providing a definitive future for Wakanda. Director Ryan Coogler finally provided those answers during the 2026 San Diego Comic-Con, taking the Hall H stage to clarify the next chapter. Coogler confirmed that Black Panther 3 is officially in development, with a theatrical release set for December 15, 2028. He then introduced actor David Jonsson, announcing that he will join the MCU as the adult version of T'Challa's son. Jonsson is a rising talent who has built a reputation for intense, nuanced performances in HBO's Industry, the rom-com Rye Lane, and the sci-fi horror Alien Romulus. His work in the Stephen King adaptation The Long Walk earned significant critical praise, signaling his ability to carry a high-stakes dramatic narrative. Selecting a performer with Jonsson's dramatic range suggests that Marvel is prioritizing acting caliber over traditional action star branding for this specific role. The plot for the third film will follow T'Challa II as he comes of age and begins the journey to claim his father's throne. This shift leaves Shuri's future in question, as fans debate whether she will step aside for the heir or if her story will conclude in a separate crossover event. The cast will also include Denzel Washington, a high-profile addition that adds substantial weight to the film's ensemble. Coogler is also changing the physical look of the franchise by choosing to shoot the entire movie on larger-format celluloid film. This marks the first time an MCU film has been shot entirely on celluloid, moving away from the digital standard to capture a more traditional cinematic texture. These technical and casting choices indicate that the production is aiming for a higher level of visual and narrative sophistication than a typical superhero sequel. This timeline tracks the path to the 2028 release, showing how the film sits at the end of a long series of major Marvel milestones. The studio first has to clear the 2026 Doomsday box office battle and the massive events of 2027's Avengers: Secret Wars. Because it arrives after the multiverse storyline concludes, Black Panther 3 will be one of the first films to define a brand new era for the franchise. This jump to 2028 allows the T'Challa bloodline to age in real time, moving the character from a toddler in a teaser to a young adult ready for leadership. This avoids the common trope of keeping characters in a state of permanent stasis, instead allowing the Wakandan royal family to experience genuine change. By the time David Jonsson takes the lead, the heart of the Black Panther story will have finally matured.